um our very own person. The person I'm about calling has like a lot. I have like a lot to say about her, but I'm just going to try and make it very brief. She's a seasoned automation QA engineer with Symphony Solutions in Netherlands. She's specialized in high quality software testing methodologies with unique focus on both manual and automated testing. She has over 4 years experience. Like she has worked across dynamic sectors, including Web3, software as SAS and healthcare. She has been pivotal in enhancing product standards and optimizing quality assurance processes. Mary's diverse toolkit spans advanced testing frameworks such as Playwright, Cypress, Selenium, and Appium, as well as extensive experience with CI/CD tools like Azure DevOps, Jenkins. She also holds a certification in test automation simplified from Testify Academy and has a strong command of programming languages including JavaScript, TypeScript, Java, Python, and SQL. I mean, the list can go on and on, right? Mary Honora, beyond her technical skills, is recognized as a mentor and founder of QA with Mary, which most of us here are familiar with. She has a mentorship initiative. QA with Mary is a mentorship initiative that equips women, especially mothers, like aspiring to break into the tech skill, aspiring to break into tech with the skills and confidence that they need. Quality Q, Quality Quest newsletter, and many others. So please help me welcome our QA speaker for today in the person of Mary Honora. She has a lot of wisdom to dish out today, and please just pay attention as we welcome her. Please give us emojis in the comment section. Like let's make her feel like we are ready for her. Give her energy in the comment section. Please, Mary Honora, you can take up the mic from here. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Um, so I'll start by apologizing on behalf of this community for um, some of our speakers who have not been able to join. I think some of them are having network issues, but hopefully before I finish my session, they would be able to join us and give their own session. So stay put and um I mean, there's a lot to dish out here. Yeah. So, but I'm going to start with mine since I'm the one who is currently available. I will be sharing my screen. Sorry, I don't know if you can see my screen. So,
Yeah, I can see your screen.
hold on. Trying to share the correct screen. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. So, sorry, I'm trying to get the right screen. Give me a moment. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, can you guys see my screen? Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen, ma'am.
Um. Yeah. So, let me try to turn on my camera so that you can see who is speaking to you. Okay. Good evening, everybody, once again. And Eukaria, Francisca had already done an introduction for me, so I'll just skip that. Here to actually talk about a topic I tagged launching your career as a QA engineer. So I'm here to like tell you what to do, how to start up a career in my field, right? I'm currently a software quality assurance engineer. Currently working as a test automation engineer. Yeah, so the first thing on my slide here is building a career in QA, which is quality assurance. Why? So first of all, we're going to be talking about the why, and then we're going to also be talking about how you're going to do that, right? So why would you want to start up a career in tech? In QA, sorry, in quality assurance. So before we can answer that, we need to like talk about what quality assurance is, what is it about, what is this quality assurance or software testing that you all are talking about, right? So I'm going to start by introducing what software testing is and what quality assurance is, because most people use it interchangeably, but they are slightly different, right? So what is software testing? Right? And as you can see on my screen, software testing is a process or an act, right, of evaluating a software application. It could be a web app, it could be a mobile app, it could be a whatever kind of software application you can think of. Basically, is a process or an act of evaluating the software to ensure that it meets the required standard, or it meets specification, or it's top notch. Basically, I don't know if you've ever used an application, right? Maybe you're trying to access an app, or you're trying to do something on an app. Maybe let me use for instance a maybe you're trying to use your mobile banking application, and then all of a sudden it just crashed. Or maybe you I don't know if you've had any experience of trying to use an application and for some reason it just didn't work the way you expect it to work. If you've had that experience, I would like to see your answer in the comment section. I don't know if you've had that experience. Okay, so Mary Asiebu said yes. If he said yes. Okay. I don't know if how you felt. Like, did you feel were you happy? Did you feel frustrated? Did you feel how did you feel? Like, I like to see your response in the comment section as well. How did you feel when you were trying to use this application and it wasn't working the way you expected it to work, right? How did you feel? I like to see your what how you felt in the comment section. Please share. Let me see. I'm yet to get a response. I'm yet to get a response. Okay, Mary said very frustrated. Um, Annoying. Yes. Okay. So yes. So yeah. So this is I'm trying to use this particular scenario, right, to explain why software testing is actually a very vital role or a very vital career path in the tech ecosystem, right? Imagine all the applications that we have out there. Imagine that these applications, all of these applications are being frustrated, like are frustrating the users, right? Or imagine that you try to transfer your money and then you can't do it, right? Or you couldn't do it. It's actually very frustrating. And the truth is, for some applications that actually have alternatives, users would most likely not come back to that application. For me, I've had that experience of trying to use an application and I couldn't even sign up properly to use that application. I ditched the app. I practically looked for other alternatives, and the alternative is what I'm currently using till date. I didn't go back to the previous application, right? And I never recommend it to anybody. I never recommended it to anybody. And if you even mention by mistake that you want to download that application to me, I'm going to tell you that application is not working fine. It's frustrating. Please go for this one instead, right? I'll keep advertising the one that I'm using that's working for me, right? So this can actually have a great impact on businesses, on companies, on whatever business you can think of, right? So imagine that this is affecting businesses. Yeah. So that is one of the roles of software testers. So the roles of software testers or software testers are basically there to prevent situations like this, to prevent things like this from happening on any application that you are working on. So if I'm working for First Bank, for example, right, and First Bank is, they have their mobile banking app, they have different applications, right? So as a software tester in that company, you want to make sure that any issue that will make a client frustrated or that will make a user frustrated is found and fixed before this application reach the users, right? So that's one of the roles of software testers. So software testers are basically the unsung heroes. They are those people that are behind every application, every successful application out there that you're using, every app that you can see out there, whether it's a mobile app, whether it's a Windows application, a web app, whatever kind of application or software it is, they are software testers behind those applications that are working fine, that are ensuring that these applications are working fine, right? So that is what software is about, right? I mean, there is more, and that's where software quality assurance comes in, right? So software quality assurance is basically like a proactive way or a systematic process of it's more about designing processes that guide throughout the software development cycle of this application to ensure that quality is imbibed from the very like from the very point where the idea of building this application is thought of, right? The moment you think about building a particular application, from that point, quality assurance ensures that from that point, you are already thinking about quality of that application from that instance, right? So that's the difference between software testing. So software testing is basically you testing the when they've finished building the application, you're testing it to ensure that it doesn't break, it doesn't cause any issue for the end users, right? When it is live. But when we talk about quality assurance, it's about ensuring that these applications are not like before you even build it, right? You're already thinking about quality. You're already putting quality in the process in every step of the way before you get to the point where you even build the application and deploy it, right? So these are these two terms. I just wanted to explain these two terms so that you understand it before we go ahead, right? So why do you want to build a career in software testing? Right? Why would you want to start a career in software testing? So that's the first question we have here, the why, right? So one of the reasons I would say is software testing is actually or quality assurance is actually a very interesting field, right? Imagine the scenarios that I've given you now. Imagine you actually being one of the gatekeepers of these mighty applications that you see out there, Google, Microsoft, different kinds of products, right? And you could actually be one of the people working for these giant companies, Google, Microsoft. There are people out there that are working for them as software engineers or as software quality assurance engineers, right? And you can imagine what that is. Another advantage is that software quality assurance actually, like study shows that from 2021 till 2030, there is actually going to continue to be a high rise in demand for software testers, right? I don't know if we are very current with things happening on the internet, but recent, not quite long, Microsoft actually was it no, not Microsoft. There's this company I've forgotten, but they deployed an application and there was an error in the app. There was a bug in the app, right? And that actually crashed a lot of Microsoft products. If you were using laptops, some Windows laptops and all of that, it actually affected the laptop. And it was more like the whole world was like on a shutdown for a period of time, for some few minutes or hours. Maybe you might not notice this if you're very, very, like if you're not very active with some of these systems and all of that. But it happened. It happened this year, right? So there is actually going to continue to be a high rise in demand for software quality assurance engineers. So this is one of the reasons why you can actually start up a career in this field, right? And another reason is you can actually have the opportunity of working from the comfort of your home, right? As a mom or as a person, as an individual, then as a mom, right? You know, we have kids, you have responsibilities, you have your family, and you all of that. So it actually gives you the flexibility of choosing where and when to work from, right? So you can actually work from the comfort of your home. You can get hybrid roles, you can get fully remote roles. For me, I've always been working fully remote. Ever since I started my journey as a software quality assurance engineer, I've always been working from my home, and I'm still working from my home. Yeah, so I'm actually a perfect example of what these of the advantage of maybe starting a career in this field and in any tech field you can actually think of, right? So that is some of the whys I'm going to point out, and then how, right? How the how now is what we are going to go into, and then the how I state the first thing I stated here is building a foundation, right? So the first thing is that you need to dedicate some time to learn. Very important. You need to dedicate some time to learn, right? You need to learn, and there are different ways you can actually learn. You can either do self-learning, you can actually learn on your own, you can go to an institute, like maybe register to any of the software testing or any of the institutions that provide software testing learning, right? Or courses, right? So you can either go through self-learning or you can go through any of the academic institutes, right? So, first, but the major thing is that you learn, understand what this is, understand how to actually go about what you need to do, or your daily, what you actually need to do when you join a company, what you have to be doing, what they expect you to do as a software quality assurance engineer. So you have to actually um what's it called? You have to actually learn. Dedicate some time to learn. You can either choose to learn for 3 months or 6 months, depending on how dedicated you are actually with this, with your learning, right? So for 3 months, you can actually learn manual testing and start doing practicing manual testing within the space of 3 months. Then 6 months, 1 year, depending on your capacity to learn, but you need to actually dedicate some time to learn, right? I also mentioned certifications here. You can actually decide to go for certifications too that would actually more like validate you more on these fields, right? So, but it is not really compulsory if you're just starting. So for me, I haven't really taken any professional certification, although it's in the pipeline. But I've been in the field for more than 4 years, yeah. So, and I still haven't taken any certification. So it's really not compulsory, but you can decide to actually take it, right? Because it's actually important. It's actually very, very important that you take, but not compulsory, right? So if you feel you want to take it as well at this very start of your career, you can actually do that. But then it is not compulsory, right? Then the next thing is gain your skills, right? So with your learning comes some of the skills. So you need to actually build or hone your skills. Some of these skills are technical skills and then soft skills. Very, very important. These two aspects are very, very important. So some of the technical skills that you need to actually have as a software quality assurance engineer is test case design, test automation, knowledge of testing tools, and many of that. You need to understand the principles of testing. You need to understand the methodologies of software testing. You need to understand the basics. You need to understand software development lifecycle, right? So these are things, some of the things that you need to actually have deep understanding of. So with this understanding, you can actually take up a software application and be able to test it manually, even before you even talk about going into automation. Automation can come later, but you should actually be able to manually test the application without having to write code, without having to do anything that has to do with automation, basically. Because manual testing is actually the foundation. If you can't do manual testing properly, then you won't be able to do automation, right? So the next thing is soft skills. Soft skills can, like, the importance of soft skills cannot be overemphasized, right? It is actually Very, 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 very important. It's as important as your technical skills. Yeah. So your technical skills might actually be able to get you a job, but what would help you grow and keep you in that job is your soft skills. Now, some of the soft skills that are very, very vital for a QA engineer is communication skills, because you would actually be communicating with the development team, the developers, the product managers, the UI UX designers, like the product designers. Yeah, I mean, that reminds me, somebody is going to actually be telling us about product design here. We had someone speak about product management in the last session last Saturday, but these are some of the people that you actually work with on your day-to-day as a quality assurance engineer. So you want to be able to communicate properly with them, effective communication. You need critical thinking. Yeah, you want to be a problem solver. You want to be able to solve problems, right? Another thing is attention to detail. So as a QA engineer, you have to actually be able to pay attention to detail. You have to be detail oriented. Yeah, you have to be agile, right? You have to be able to adapt, and so many other soft skills that you can think of, right? Then so yeah, the next thing is gaining practical experience. So after you're learning and honing some of these technical skills, you need to actually try to get hands-on experience. Yeah, gather experience. And you can actually do that even without getting a job. You can actually do that through internships. There are a couple of internship opportunities out there, or you can actually seek out for. You can also look for entry level positions. You can actually try to volunteer, like do volunteering and all of that. So with these things, you can actually gain hands-on experience, and you never know, any of these places can actually get you the dream job that you're looking for. Yeah. Then the next thing is personal projects and open source contributions. So you can actually try to build personal projects on your own, look for source for applications out there, test them. In fact, you can even look at existing applications and test them and find bugs, because to be honest with you, our apps out there are not 100% bug free or defect free. Yeah. So you can actually look at some existing applications that you think are functioning well after training and gaining your skill and knowing how to actually test an application like this from a software testing tester's perspective. You can pick up an app, maybe First Bank. I don't know why I like using First Bank, but yeah, maybe any mobile banking application. You can pick up and actually find bugs. Yeah. So one of the things you can actually do is maybe any of these big companies, you can find bugs in their application and actually tell them, maybe reach out to them on LinkedIn or anywhere and tell them that, okay, you found this issue and all of that. There are things that are called like um is it software bounty or something? I can't remember exactly, but there are some big companies, foreign companies actually, that bring up things like you can actually test their apps, yeah, and report their bugs to them, and you can get benefits from some of these things. Then the next thing is mastering your testing technique. I already mentioned manual versus automation. So you need to have deep understanding of manual testing. Very, very important. You might actually leave out automation for the time being and then be master manual testing. Even start working with manual testing as a manual tester. Yeah. Before you can then say, okay, I want to advance and start picking up automation. Right. Then you need to also have understanding of testing types and strategies, and so many of them. I already mentioned some of these things. Then another very, very important and very, very important aspect is networking and continuous learning. Yeah. So networking is actually very vital for anybody in the tech space. In fact, not just in tech space, as a person, as an individual, networking is very, very important, because you never know where networking can take you, right? You never know where network can get you to, right? Somebody used to say, I have a mentor who used to say that your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. You might want to write it down somewhere. But your network is your net worth. And I've seen it play in my life. My previous job was actually, I actually got it through one of my networks, someone who I actually mentored. Yeah. She joined the company, and it was a foreign company. She was there and they were looking for a QA engineer. And she was like, oh, I have this person. And that was how I got the job. right? So you never know any of your network who would be there in a place where they are discussing opportunities, right? You never know who will be there in a place where they will be discussing opportunities that or jobs or anything basically. Yeah, so it is important that you build your network as you grow in your career in tech. Yeah, and you can do some of these things by joining communities like this one, going for events on-site events, going for, I mean, they are attending tech events, yeah, and then so many other events that you can actually attend that will help you build your career. Yeah, but as a tech person or as somebody who wants to build a career in tech, it's advised that you attend tech events. In November, we usually have a lot of tech events happening, and you can actually, you know, try to attend some of these events and build networks. You can even be opportune to share your CVs with people at the event. You never know where or how or when these networks can be of help to you, right? Another
Okay,
thing is
ma'am.
continuous learning.
Sorry for breaking it short. Since we are
Yeah.
working with time, we just advise you round up so that the other speakers will have time to actually talk to us.
All right. Rounding up actually. So the last thing, I think this is my last point. The last point is continuous learning. So somebody who is in tech, you have to actually be open to learning because you have to keep learning. So as a QA person, like I advised, you start with manual testing, but it doesn't stop there. So you have to actually be open to continuous learning. You have to be open to continue to learn throughout your career because technology continues to evolve every day. Technology changes. In fact, let me use social media for example. We know that in previous, like maybe 10, 15, 20 years before, we didn't have some of these social media applications that you can see today, like TikTok, so many other this thing. But now we have TikTok. We have a bunch too that came up, right? We have a lot. Some people, some we've heard of, some we haven't heard of. But that's technology for you, evolving. And the honest truth is that in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, so many other technologies will actually come up, right? So you have to actually be able to evolve with this. As technology continues to evolve, you have to actually be able to evolve with them. You have to be open to continuous learning. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to stop my presentation for today. If you'd like, or if you found software testing interesting, I'd like to hear about it. And you can actually join our community and let us know, because from next year we're going to actually start um some trainings. So you might, if you want to actually start up a career in software testing, I'll be happy to help you or guide you through this path. Now, some of the key takeaways from this presentation is, the first thing is figuring out your why. Why do you want to join software testing, right? Do you want to join it for the money? Do you want to join it because you like software testing? Or do you want to join it because it has like potentials? Yeah. Then the next thing is building a solid foundation through learning. Yeah. Gaining hands-on experience, mastering your art, networking, and then learning never ends. So I'm going to stop my presentation here. I don't know if you have any questions. If you have questions, please, would like to take it now. You can drop it in the comment section, or um yeah, that'll be all from me. Thank you. Let me stop sharing screen.
Thank you very much, Engineer Honor and Mary. That was a wonderful one. I mean, if you are here, I'm sure you've gained a lot of value. And if you didn't know who a QA engineer is, or you've never heard of QA engineering, I mean, this is a good start for anyone who is new or is just hearing it for the first time, or has been hearing it but didn't know what it is about. So thank you very much, Engineer Mary, for that wonderful presentation. So if you have any question, please put it down in the comment section. We're going to be taking out 2 minutes to take your questions for Mary. If you have any question, please make it snappy. Put it in the comment section, and she's going to take the question before we call upon the next speaker. Just 2 minutes to do that. And while we do that, also appreciate her. It's not easy to come and share your knowledge for free. It is not easy. And she also made mention of the fact that she's open to help you start a career in QA if you're willing to dive into QA. So it's not easy. Let's appreciate her in the comment section and also put down our questions. If you have any question, please feel free. Don't be shy. This is an open place for you to learn. Nobody is perfect here, right? So the best way you can learn is to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you will not know. So if you're confused about anything at all concerning every QA that she has talked about now, quality assurance, please put it down in the comment section and she's going to answer you before she leaves. We have 1 more minute to go. Well, before we call upon the next speaker. Thank you so much. Yo, thank you so much, Mary. Like, we really appreciate you for that wonderful one. Okay, so if we don't have any question, I'll then call upon the next speaker. I think I'm seeing Miriam here. Yes, I'm seeing Miriam here. So I've earlier introduced her, but then I'll just introduce her briefly again so that she can come up. So Miriam Yahaya is an accomplished product designer known for her exceptional problem-solving abilities and keen visual design skills. With about 3 years of experience, she has constantly excelled in her field, delivering high-quality user-centered solutions across various industries. Miriam has successfully designed products for fintech, edtech, and diverse businesses, as well as for design agencies. Her work showcases her versatility and deep understanding of design principles, making her a valuable asset to each project she undertakes. So permit me to welcome Mary Yahaya as she takes on the product design talk for us today. Please let's welcome her in our comment section and appreciate her because it's not easy and she's going to be sharing a lot of wisdom with us. So welcome her. We need energy in the comment section, please. Welcome, Miriam. Please, the mic is over to you.
Hi guys, good evening. I don't think I'll be able to put on my camera because it's quite dark here. Actually, I just tried to, but I don't think you'll be able to see. It's dark, so I'll just put it back off. So thank you for that introduction. Really appreciate it. Thank you. As she said, my name is Mariam Yahya, and I am so happy to be here today. I'm a product designer. I've been a product designer for about 3 years now. And I'm here to talk to you about breaking into product design. So let me just share my screen. So I'll be talking to you about breaking into product design, basically how to leverage the life skills that you have for a career in product design. Yeah, so basically for me I used to be a baker actually, and I was able to break into product design at a certain point of my life. So and now, well, I've been designing, as I said, for about 3 years now. So I'll just be taking us through how you can also achieve that, basically, how you can use the skills that you have garnered over time to make a transition. So it doesn't matter what field you are in right now, either you're whether you're a baker like I was, whether you're a teacher or you're in healthcare, any other field, all the experiences that you've gotten from any of these fields you worked on can definitely give you an edge into breaking in. So, firstly, we'll have to talk about why product design here, and to buttress on why product design, I would first of all define what product design is. And it is basically, the art of creating digital experiences that solve problems for people. Yeah, so every application that you have on your phone presently, whether it's Instagram, WhatsApp, Google Maps, literally any application that is on your phone right now, it has a designer or a team of designers behind it. So the whole essence of product design is to create products that people actually love and they need. And I think the previous speaker already mentioned something on that. And even though my network was a bit shaky, so I couldn't get the whole session. But what product design does is basically make applications easy for you to use. Yeah. It solves real life problems for people where you don't pick up when there isn't a designer to actually think about what a user problem is, and you won't be able to enjoy the experience of the app. You pick up an app and then you're just so frustrated while using it. That is why product designers exist, basically to cut out that frustration for you. So why product design is vital? Just as I said, every app, website, every single gadget needs intuitive and functional design, which is why product designers are in demand, and they also solve real life problems for people. So why should you get into product design, and why should you do that now? So transitioning into tech, like from a non-tech background, is actually like a lot more common than you think. Yeah, people from all walks of lives, including teachers, artists, bakers, even stay-at-home moms, are making their mark in tech. More so because, yeah, you do not necessarily, have to go into the office to work right now in the age that we're in. Personally, for me, because I live in Sokoto, so all the companies I have worked for, I don't even think I've ever worked for a company that is in Sokoto here. My present job, their head office is in Lagos, and I'm working for them from Sokoto here without any issues. Yeah, so it doesn't matter like what you've been doing before or what you're doing right now. Yeah, there like you can always like make your mark in tech. So this is actually possible because tech, or let's say tech thrives on like diverse perspectives. Yeah, um, designers who come from, how would I put this? Designers who come from non-traditional fields, as I've said, the experiences that you've gained over time are very valuable in making you an asset in this field. Yeah. Just like me now, I would say baking taught me creativity and precision. Also how to work under pressure, because you have to work with like a whole different kinds of people, yeah. And I've learned how to use those skills every day in the work that I'm doing right now. So now I'll just talk about how I'll talk about what a product designer does. So what does a product designer do? Yeah, I would say you could think of us as um digital architects. Yeah, because basically our main role is to make sure that products are functional, they are easy on the eyes, like they're pleasing to see, and they are easy to use. A product being easy to use is, I would say, is the most important part of product design, because no matter how beautiful this application or website is, if it is not easy to use, people will dump it. They might fawn over it that, oh, this is such a beautiful app, but when they try to accomplish certain tasks, and then they say, why is it so difficult to do this, they'll just dump it and go on to the next one, that even if it's not as beautiful as what you have offered them, yeah, as far as it does what they need it to do, they would definitely pick that over what you're doing. So the whole process of like, as I said, the role of a product designer, we start with like researching what the user needs. Yeah, what do they want? What is frustrating them? And then when we figure out all these things, then we're now able to create wireframes. Yeah, which is basically like a blueprint. Like, okay, this is what we want this product to look like. Then we do prototyping. We test the ideas before we actually start like the actual design. Yeah. So we polish up the design, create, as I said, visually appealing interfaces, and then we now work with the developers to bring it to life. So it's also worthy to note that it is a very collaborative role. So you have to learn how to like work closely with developers, product managers, QA engineers, and even like marketing teams at times. So collaboration is also like a very key skill to have to be a product designer. Then I'll also like to talk about like will I say as I said we'll be leveraging like how to leverage your life skills, to break into product design. So let's talk about that. So how do you use your life skills? Like how do you transfer this to design? Yeah. Firstly, we talk about communication, and this is quite, will I say, explanation on its own. If you've explained ideas to clients, or you've led a team in the past, or you've taught someone a new skill, I would say that you've already built, that foundation for communicating design ideas to your stakeholders or developers. Like you won't have an issue actually communicating, okay, why you made certain, design decisions, because communication is very key in product design. And then empathy as well. So for empathy, I'd say designing for users needs. Yeah, you need to understand like what your user needs. So let's say you've worked like in customer service before, or you've worked as a teacher or even a caregiver before. I will believe that understanding people's needs will be like second nature to you. And that's, as you can see, has already, let's say, it's a transferable skill to product design, because you've already learned how to empathize with people, which is a very key skill for product design. Then we have problem solving. So basically, this one, let's say you've worked on a tight deadline before, or you have encountered unexpected challenges, and you've been able to come out of it, like you've been able to figure out how to handle these issues that come at you unexpectedly. I'd say then you're already like skilled at thinking on your feet, which is very important as well, because that's also one of the key, very crucial, actually. I would even say is the most crucial skill to have for product design, because the whole essence is solving the issues that your users have. Like they have an issue with this thing, yes, let's fix it for them. Then creativity, crafting unique interfaces. So you can think about like certain times that you have come up with a new innovation, whether, let's say, for event planners now, for instance, you've planned an event from beginning to end all by yourself, or at work you're able to improve processes, or just even your personal project, you're able to like handle them yourself, like creatively. So like you know that you'll be able to thrive in this field as well. Then project management, juggling multiple design tasks is also very important. And in this one, I believe a lot of people here would actually have that this particular skill, because it is very needed. Like just you're working somewhere, especially stay at home moms. In fact, you're taking care of the house. You have to take your children to school. You have to come back and cook. You have to clean the house. You just have to do, like, that is also a very crucial skill to have. You know that you're able to juggle time management. You're able to just do a lot of things by yourself. So I would say that's also a very crucial skill to have, and it is easily transferable into like product design. Um, So I think I've even touched on this already, like life skills and actions, communication and collaboration, problem solving, empathy. I've already touched on this. Then adaptability. I didn't talk about adaptability. So like um let's say you've switched roles in the past before, or you've changed your career, or you started using a new tool. Like for me now, I told you I was a baker. There are always, will I say, like always new innovations that time. You're always trying to jump on the train that what's this new tool that has come out? I want to know how to use it. Different things to make the will I say the baking process easier. You get. So if you already know how to adapt to stuff like this, it would really help you to break into product design. Then the skills to cultivate to thrive in product design. We have certain tools like Figma. In fact, Figma is the most important tool that a designer should have. Every designer that I know personally makes use of Figma. You can do literally everything you want in Figma. It's the major design tool. Then we have Miro, which is just used for wireframing, and then ChatGPT. Like we're in the age of AI right now, and like it's very crucial to know um how to use ChatGPT to streamline your processes, basically. Then you have to learn design principles as well, like the basics like typography, layout, color theory. These are the things like you'd always use them. Typography, layout, and color theory. Like for design, there are things that you always use over and over again. So you have to be like very good with them. Then soft skills like empathy, communication, problem solving. I've already touched on this before. Basically, you just need to understand how people think, what they need, the way they behave, as these skills will like help you. I would say it will just give you like more insight, yeah, that will make your designs better. Then networking and mentorship. In fact, I don't even think I need to like talk much on this because Mary already did that. So basically, join design communities, attend in-person meetups, talk to other designers. Basically, it can open doors for you. Like if you are experiencing creative block, for instance, you don't know what to do, just talk to someone else, talk to another designer about it, and like you'll be surprised at the kind of insights that that person will have for you. Yeah. Then next is building your portfolio. So mm, for building your portfolio, you don't need to put on like you don't have to what I say put in so much pressure on yourself. You can always start like really small. It doesn't have to be anything massive. Yeah. For instance, as I said, I want to include projects, even small ones, case studies, which will help you like explain your thought process, and then real results. Like for instance, now you start small, maybe by redesigning an app that you love. Yeah, you design an app that you love, or you've been using this app. Oh, I wish that this app had this particular feature. Okay, why not just do it yourself? You do it, and then you post on your socials, you tag the people that you think would help you amplify it, tag the company themselves. I've heard of people that actually got jobs from doing redesigns, and then they tag the company saw their work, loved them, and hired them on social media, like just things like that. Then you post real results as well. You include real results as well. Like okay, you've worked on making a product better. So you say, okay, this is what we had before, this is what they had before, and this was my solution to this problem that they had before. Yeah. So do things like that. And then how to start, I said you resign something you love, you volunteer for small projects as well to really help you build your portfolio. When you volunteer to maybe help a small business improve their website or something along that lines. Yeah. Then you showcase personal passion projects. Like you might be someone that is into skincare, for instance, now, or you're just like interested in skincare. You can decide to build a project on skincare, design an app or a website, and use it to build your portfolio. So basically, yeah, as I've said, you don't have to put on so much pressure on yourself. You can just start small, bit by bit. Yeah. What matters most for building your portfolio here isn't like how large the project is. Yeah. It's just to show your process. Yeah. Because employers, they want to see how you approach challenges, how you generate ideas, and how you like refine your solutions. So it's not a matter of like, let's say, it's not a matter of showing everything that you've ever worked on, but just highlighting your best work basically. So that's something you should put in mind when building your portfolio. No pressure, just do what you know how to do best, and make sure that you are showing people your processes. Like, how did I go from here and end up here? Then getting hired. So networking, as I've mentioned before, you join meetups, there are groups that you can join, there are communities you can join, there are forums, there are a lot of design communities that you can join, like, and they share very good resources that you can make use of. And then you also reach out to designers for advice or mentorship. And then for looking for jobs, you can look for internships and junior roles. I'm also going to buttress on like will I say, the power of volunteering. Yeah. Instead of, while you're looking for like paid jobs, you can also like volunteer. Once I'm mentioning because it's very important. I know of a couple of people that got their first roles from like offering to volunteer. They reach out to founders on LinkedIn. You get, I say, okay, I love this project you're working on. Yeah. Let me redesign your website. I feel like it can be better. And by doing that, the person might just be so impressed by, maybe they've already built their portfolio. They take a look at their portfolio. Oh, this is very impressive. And even if that person doesn't hire you and you still go on to volunteer for them, yeah, where they're able to now like offer you recommendations based on the work that you've done for them. Like, they might have a friend that is hiring, like, oh, this person redesigned my website one time. Why don't you hire them? So like, it's just very volunteering is also like a very key way of getting jobs. Then you have to customize applications to like highlight your transferable skills. So you tailor your resume, highlight your skills like from your previous career, like creativity, how creative you are, how you solve problems, or how you're so like good at managing like deadlines. You get. And then the last thing I'd say is that you have to like stay persistent, because it is not easy at all. It's actually going to take time. It's easy to say, but to be very honest, it's not so easy to stay consistent. But like, if you have, the right mindset, yeah, and you have worked on your portfolio and you're sure that yes, you have quality work in your portfolio, you're not going to have an issue. It might take some time, but you will definitely get there. So thank you for listening today. And I'm just going to say again that your life experiences are very key in breaking into tech, yeah? So whether you are a baker or you're a teacher, anything that you've actually been in the past, anything that you are doing right now, yeah, your own unique perspective is very very valuable in design. Yeah, so you just have to know that you just have to start small, have to keep learning. Like that's also very important because like there are always new trends. You also have to like keep learning, learn how to read books, keep up with what's trending, keep up with designers that like already established, follow these designers, know what they're up to, follow up with their work, follow them on socials, and build your portfolio. So thank you once more for listening, and I've come to the end of my session. And if anyone has like any questions for me, I would attend to them now.
Thank you, Miriam Mahaya, for that wonderful one. I mean, it was so insightful. You guys, please let's appreciate her in the comment section. And like she said, it's open for questions. So we'll take 2 minutes to take her question. Any question you have for her at all. I mean, product design from what she has explained. I know no tech field is easy, but I feel like it's something that anyone can just dive into. Like Miriam has said, she was a baker and now she's doing 3 years in product design. I mean, it's amazing. And any one of you here can actually take that bold step that she took 3 years back and start doing it's something very innovative in tech. So please, in the next few minutes, any question you have for her, put it down in the comment section. She's here. I mean, it's hard to actually see someone who is willing to help you start something. I mean, it's hard. It's not everywhere that but then you have someone like a mentor, someone that's been doing it that can actually hold your hand while you do it. So let's put out any question we have for her out there, and she's going to put it. And before we say goodbye to her tonight, so if you have any questions for her, please put it down in the comment section. Any question at all? Maybe you're a product designer already, but you're not getting jobs, or you're still starting out, or you're confused about something. Please just drop it in the comment section. We'll have 1 more minute, then we'll call on our next speaker for today. Any question for Miriam? Okay, I think there is no question. Miriam, thank you so much for that class. We really appreciate you. And I personally will
All
even be
right.
reaching out to you after this section. So thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you
All
for
right.
listening. Yeah.
Please stop sharing your screen so that I can call on the next speaker. All right, thank you. I hope we're enjoying this particular section because for me, I would say it's been really insightful and knowledgeable. Like, I mean, people are coming here to pour their wisdom. So while we are at this, I'm going to call on the next speaker. I think is here in the person of Temitope Ajao. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. She um She is a certified digital marketing professional with over 7 years of experience in social media marketing. Wow, 7 years experience. She's a member of the Association of Digital Marketing Professionals in Nigeria, ADMARP, and a certified YouTube content creator. With over 7 years, for over 7 years, she has worked with at least 1,000 brands to build their online presence and reach marketing goals. Apart from being a professional, Temi is an entrepreneur. She is the founder of the Sugary Growth, a social media marketing agency. The Sugary Growth Academy is a marketing academy for social media managers, and Sugary Handbag is a gift-based company. Temi specializes in social media management and marketing strategies that deliver results, whether it's increasing visibility, engagement, or conversions. She knows how to create and implement effective campaigns that connect with audience. She loves using her creativity and skills to drive growth and innovation through digital channels. She can design and execute customized solutions that suit client needs and builds lasting relationships with customers. She's also looking for new opportunities to share her knowledge and expertise with others. She has a passion for teaching and inspiring others to succeed in the digital world. I mean, that is why she's here today. She's an excellent trainer and facilitator with deep insight into latest trends and practice in digital marketing. I mean, that is why we have called upon Temitope today. So please, I mean, with a standing ovation, 7 years experience is not easy. Let's please welcome our third speaker for today, Temitope Ajao, as she unleashes her 7 years experience and wisdom with us today. Please let's applaud her in the comment section. Give us hot emojis, like let her feel that we are ready for her. Please give her a welcome applause in the comment section, please. Temitope, please, you can have the mic now. You're welcome. You have like 25 minutes to just give us what you have for us tonight, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you very much, Mary, for bringing me on board for this. Guys, I'm not seeing your hands. What's happening? You guys are not excited to have me here. If we have to charge, wait, Mary, is this session paid for or is free for them?
No, it's free
No,
actually.
it's free. It's not even paid for. You guys, if you
Oh,
need energy, please.
because if it is paid for, I'm very sure you would not give me that kind of energy. But anyways, thank you very much, Mary. That is all about me. So I'm not going to bore you to tell you more about me. So what are we going to be looking at today? I believe you can see my screen. We're going to be looking at how you can earn on social media. You need to know that some of us ended our 9 to 5 job because there is no money on social media. We may not have gotten to that level that we want yet, but trust me, we are better than where we were yesterday and the day before. So ask yourself, what do you do on social media? Are you a consumer or you are a creator? Let me know, what are you? I need to get a response in the comment section. Are you a consumer or a creator? A consumer is somebody who has social media account, zero posts on their page, but they're always sleeping on what's this guy's name that does gossip? What's his name? Gislova, Tunde Ednot, and the rest of that. So are you a creator or a consumer? I need a response, please. If I don't get a response, I'm sorry, I'm not going to continue. But to be sure, am I being heard?
Yes, we can hear you correctly. Please, she needs
So
engagement in the comment
why am
section.
I not
Yes,
getting
we can
response?
hear you actually.
Oh, okay, awesome. Creator. Nice. So the difference between a creator and a consumer is what they do on social media. So, what are we going to be doing today? Temitope Ajao is a social media strategist. I am a digital marketing professional, but my focus is on social media, and I have over 7 years experience. And I'll let you know that social media can take your generation and they want to come out of trenches. So how is that going to work out? Why social media? Why should I? I'm not saying you should leave your job if you already have a job. Don't do that. Don't, right? But why social media? Let's look at the importance of social media. Now, when we want to read news, I mean, while we were growing up, we only listened to news from the radio that has touchlight and then has this two antenna, and then you have to touch the antenna to ensure that the frequency is working very well. That was how we listened to news. And then our fathers who had money and mothers who had money to buy newspaper would go to the newspaper stand and read newspaper. But you know what? Now on social media, you don't need to pay anybody. You just buy data and then go and get the news wherever you want to get it from. In fact, you're just in your house and you're just scrolling through your FYP and the news comes to you. So social media is very, very important in this time and age, and many people are breaking free from there. So, what kind of opportunities are available for earning? There are over billions of active users on social media. Billions. Count one, two, three, two billions. So whether it is what's it called? What's it called? Whether you're earning through maybe day-to-day income, be you're creating content, or you're a marketing professional, or you're just selling, social media is really, really important in this age. Now, how do you choose the right platform? Because I've been saying people are making money, and you might already have so many questions running in your mind. How can I make this money? It's not just about using social media, but you have to use it strategically. And that is why professionals, experts like us are here to walk you through. If you follow me on Instagram, Temi_Ajao, you would get every tips and tricks you need on how to break free on social media and content creation. So, what platform should you choose? If you're choosing Instagram, for instance, you know that Instagram is very big on videos. Before, there was something like Reels on Instagram about, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure there's Reels on Instagram. It was just normal long videos, IGTV. But they realized that attention span has reduced, so they introduced Reels, which goes between 1 second to 90 seconds. What else can you do on Instagram? Visual content. If you sell products, say for instance, I don't know, whatever you sell as a mom, package it. Take good picture. Before you take picture with your phone, clean the lens. See, some people will say, oh, they want to go and buy iPhone 16 before they can have good picture. No. I know somebody that is using iPhone 7 and they have more and better images than somebody using iPhone 13. What matters is how you are able to take those pictures. For YouTube, for instance, now YouTube is not really a place to market. YouTube is a place to learn. So YouTube is more like a digital school. So let's say maybe you sell fashion material, scuba, zip, and all of that. You know, you could actually sit down and tell us the difference between scuba, chiffon. To be honest, I really don't know the difference. But imagine that I want to buy something like that and I go to YouTube and say, what's the difference between scuba and chiffon or blah, blah, blah. And then your video pops up. And you know that by the time you reach the threshold of this monetization, especially for YouTube, you will start earning. I think now YouTube you have to have about 500. It was 1,000 before, but now it's 500 subscribers and about I think maybe 3,000 watch hours. Yeah, I think so. You cannot start any money. For TikTok, create engages. Tell us how you woke up. Tell us how you woke up. You intend creating content, and then your baby pooed. Something happened. Your baby went to the kitchen to pour the water away, and then tell us those things. Then for LinkedIn, that one is a professional network. That is the place where you tell us about your professional journey. Honestly, nobody cares about if your doctor pulled or not on LinkedIn, except if that actually has impact on your profession. So, how do you choose your audience and content type? Choose the platform that aligns with your target audience and the type of content you enjoy creating. Who are your target audience? You have to understand who they are in order for you to say, okay, I'm going to be posting on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. But let's be honest, if you are a fashion designer, I don't think LinkedIn is a place you should go to. But the places you should be are more of Instagram and TikTok, and then secondarily, YouTube. Building your brand. I said earlier that you have to decide what you want to do because social media is wide. The niches, the space is just too wide and you cannot consume everything. So you have to define your niche. What is niche? That specific thing you want to do. Is it fashion designing? Is it that you want to review gadgets? Define. Tell us, define it. Defining for me, my niche has been defined. I'm a digital marketing professional, but I am identified as a social media strategist. Does that mean that I don't know how email marketing work? Of course I know. Does that mean I don't know how AI marketing works? Of course I know, but that is not the audience I enjoy teaching. So you have to identify a specific area of interest or expertise that you are passionate about, and then this will help in attracting dedicated audience. Dedicated audience because at the end of the day, these people will be the one to start paying you. I have courses that I'll just sleep and then somebody will just tell me they're interested. I'll just send them link, they make payment, and then just one time stress is giving me almost everyday money. Optimize your profile. Search engine optimization. I Most people here are in tech, so I believe you know what SEO is. You have to be deliberate, you have to be specific at the use of your language. The keywords has to align. Okay, and then ensure that your profile is professionally complete. Please, if you are a professional, you have to come across to us as that. If you are a mom, then you probably want to show us that mom of you. So ensure that whatever you do at the end of the day, they all align with who you are, and with that, you're already building brands. Content creation strategies. What kind of content should I create? Create content that are valuable. The reason some of us sleep on TikTok is because we find valuable content there. The reason I sometimes go to my competitors' page is because I find valuable content from there. So whatever you decide to do today or you are currently doing, you are not the first person doing it. You are not. So go ahead and make research and ensure that you create content that are valuable, entertaining, very important. But make sure that you are not doing the wrong entertainment. Make sure that whatever you're doing align with your brand, and most especially educational. Tell us how to do this, how to do that, related to your niche. So use a mix of videos, images, text. This will help you keep your audience engaged. Also, consistency is important. Some of you, I have so many clients I trained earlier this year, and I had to go back to go and chat one of them up last week. Like, sorry, Mrs. Adepoju, what's happening? You paid me money for this. I prepared everything you need. The only thing you need is just to put content and post. What is it? She came with her excuse, and the thing I taught her, the particular design on Canva, she doesn't know how to do it. I went back and go and teach her last weekend. Today is Friday. There is nothing on her page. So all those excuses, please let it go. It will not make you grow. So you have to be consistent. Very, very important. Monetization methods. How can you monetize? Affiliate marketing. For instance, I can own a product, and that product align with your own, or maybe you can own a product and that your product align with my own audience. Now, we can come together and say, okay, if you help me post this and these people, your followers get to buy from me through this link, I'll give you this percentage. That is me making money, and that also applies to you. User generated content, that is very, very even popular. If you know Lush Hair do a lot of UGCs. You will just see somebody saying, get ready with me to go and to go and make my hair, to go and do bold braids with Lush Hair, blah blah. Lush Hair has paid them. They are not doing it for free. Some of these things you are seeing online, they are not free. You think they're just creating it and you are laughing. The person has collected money in her pocket. That person will not tell you that Lush Hair has paid her. But sometimes it could not be payment in cash. It could be maybe payment in products. Also, another way you can monetize your social media is selling products, whether physical products or digital products. That is one of the ways you can make money on social media. Growing your audience. After you have decided your niche, you have decided the kind of the platform you want to start posting on, you have decided how often you want to post, You then have to start growing your audience. Please and please, please and please, I hope nobody is here who define social media growth by follower count and engagement count. I hope none of you is here. If you have that mentality that, oh, this page has just 200 followers, I'm not gonna buy for am oh, you know, get customers. Don't ever do that. I'm telling you because that is not how it works. I have over 19,000 followers, and sometimes I struggle to have 100 likes on my posts. So don't ever get discouraged. So just keep interacting. That engagement is very important. Just keep doing it. One day you will get there. Collaboration. Don't compete with anybody. Nobody's fighting with you. That mentality we grew up with where Mama Amaka is selling garri and rice, then Mama Chinedu also is selling garri and rice, both of them are now fighting. Don't do that. If Mama Amaka has garri and the other Mama Amaka doesn't have garri and a customer needs garri, she can just say, Mama Amaka, come, abeg, my customer want garri. You give her the garri. That is how it works. Don't be in competition with anybody. Don't do that. Tools and resources you can use. Book. Book is very important. Although I'm not a lover of book. So know your strength and know what to do. What I do instead of book is courses. I just take courses. I take courses from Udemy, Coursera, CLX, from what was it called? What's this people name? So that's what me I enjoy doing. So if it is book you enjoy reading, please go ahead and read books on how you can start earning on social media. If it is courses, take courses. There are so many websites that provide resources, I think my go-to has to be HubSpot. HubSpot has almost everything for business owners and creators. Those people are so fantastic. And social media tools you can use. You need Hootsuite or Buffer. Although now most of social media platforms already have their own scheduling feature. Before on Instagram you cannot schedule, but now you cannot schedule. LinkedIn same, now you can schedule. The only place you can schedule right now is TikTok. Even on Twitter, you can schedule if you use desktop version. So let's say for instance you want to manage, if you have all those accounts and you don't want to go to and be posting one after the other on each of the platform, use Buffer or Hootsuite to post across all platforms without having to go into the account individually. Designs Canva. I'm currently presenting this in Canva. I'll tell you that this presentation was prepared at 1 a.m. yesterday, and it took me about 1 or 2 hours to put it together. What did I use? I used AI and I used Canva. On my mobile phone, I didn't have lights. It's just this evening they brought lights. It's just so there's light in there after I go back this evening. So you need to learn these things. Canva. Then for your video, you need CapCut, you need InShot, and there are other ones you can use. But these two tools are what most creators use because it's quite easy to be used. Now let's look at some case studies. What really have people achieved on social media? How many of you know what's it called? Financial Jennifer, Mimi Bag, Fine Funky, I think Niger Brand Chic, a lot of them. See, those people, I think the only person that I know that is not married is Jennifer. Those people are mothers. I don't know if Niger Brand Chic is married. I don't know if she has a child. But these are people who are successful. So if they can do it, who are you and who are you? Who am I that we cannot achieve that kind of thing? So what have we learned so far? What is the all of these stories have been, blabbing about for like a few minutes? I'm letting you know that you can make money on social media. Social media opportunity is high, but you must decide what you want to do on social media. Do you want to be talking to tech moms? Do you want to be selling hair extensions? Do you want to sell clothes, shoes? What do you want to do? Decide. Then understand who your audience are. The shoes you want to sell, are the shoes for toddlers? Are they for adults? Is it high heels? Will Gen Zs be able to wear it? Will millennials be able to wear it? Will boomers be able to wear it? Understand your target audience. Then brand. Let your branding be consistent. If you're a fashion person, make sure that your profile picture is fashionistic. Communicate that brand. If you want to settle for a color, one thing you should notice about my slides is that they are purple. Purple is not my brand color. I use purple because this is Tech Eagle's color. That is branding. I had to use something that is related to their brand. So that should also apply to you. If you're going for a gathering, a networking event, for instance, now, and you're a fashion designer, and then you just dress down there shabbily, and you tell somebody that you're a fashion designer, they will doubt you. They will. So you have to dress the way you want people to address it. That thing I used to think it's a cliche, but really it is not. But just that people use it wrongly. Okay. So at this point, I would like to ask if you have any question, and then I'll address them.
So
Thank you
I
so
have a
much,
question.
Temitope, for that. Please, if you have any questions for her, please just come up here and ask the question or put it down in the comment section, and she'll be here for the next 2 minutes to take our questions before she leaves. She has left a lot of wisdom with us here. So please ask your questions. Social media marketing is a very big market. Any questions you have for her at all, just bring it up and she'll answer it before she leaves. We don't have time. Our last speaker is here, so he can like take it up from here. So if you have any questions, please just bring it up. You can put it in the comment section or you just unmute yourself and ask.
So I have a question here, Femi, and I'm sure some other people might also actually also be thinking about this. So my question is for somebody who wants to, let's say you already have a social media account and you're doing one thing, and then for some reason you decided to like um change to something else. What advice would you give to that person? Um like how do you advise the person to start? Does the person have to like go create a new account to start up to start the new thing they want to go into? And let me give an example. Let's say for instance, maybe let me use myself as an example. So maybe I'm into tech, and for some time I started talking about tech, and then maybe I wanted to start selling something, right? What advice would you give? Then the second question is somebody who wants to actually start up a business on social media, maybe selling a particular thing, anything. What I mean, not skill now, but maybe a product or something. What platform would you advise them to start with? Like, which of the social media platforms would you advise them to start with? I don't know if you get the questions.
Okay, so I'll answer the first one. Then you have to ask the second one again because I really didn't understand that. So if you're to transition from whatever you were doing to another, ask yourself a question. The current audience you have, do you think they would like that? So that is where research comes in. Before you transition, you have to let your audience know that if you already have an audience built, which I assume you do, based on what you just asked, just post on your story or even do a video and say, what do you think if I start sharing tips about this? Do you think you'll be excited about that? Blah, blah, blah. And then they will respond. Trust me, they will respond. I am a digital marketing professional, right? I have an AMPA business. How does AMPA have to do with social media marketing? It doesn't have any relation. But because that is a business, I created another page. But you know what? I still collaborate, and my followers somewhat enjoy some of the content I create collaborating with that business. So if your audience is relative to that thing you want to change to, you don't need to create a new account. Just go ahead and continue. You don't have to. But if you know that they are totally different, now, if I want to change my audience to mom focus, I don't need to change my social media handle because I wasn't mom focused before. But now I am mom focused, but I'm still marketing, but mom focused on mom's marketing. I'm not going to have another social media platform. I'll go ahead to use the same one I have. So I hope you understand it. So there is no particular answer to this. So it all depends on what you want to transition into.
Okay, thank you.
Please let me
The
have the
second
second
question,
question.
yeah. So the second question is, let's say for instance, I attended this session and I heard your presentation. I mean, I was excited and I'm like, okay, I think I want to bring my business on social media, right? From what I've learned here today. So, what social media platform would you advise such person to start from? Is it like TikTok, or would you tell the persons to start from Instagram or somewhere? I don't know if you get the question now.
Yeah, please start on TikTok and Instagram. But first of all, what is that product about? Ask yourself that question. What's the product about? If the product is Gen Z and millennials focus, please use LinkedIn. Sorry, don't use LinkedIn, please. Use TikTok and Instagram. If it is baby boomer, like others are dots, still use Instagram and a bit of TikTok. But now we see baby boomers on TikTok, but not as much as Gen Zs and millennials. Okay, so you have to understand, at the end of the day, you have to understand who your target audience is. You have to make that research. You have to look at your competitors, what platform are they leveraging on? It is that same platform you leverage on as your primary focus. Then others will come as secondary. But trust me right now, whether you're a baby boomer, whether your target audience is baby boomer, millennials or Gen Zs, TikTok and Instagram are the most powerful sales tools right now.
All right, thank you very much for those answers. Like, thank you. And I hope audience, if you had any of these questions in mind, or if you're watching this later, and I mean, I hope this is able to help you. Thank you, Temi.
Thank you so much for that
Thank
wonderful one. To be
you.
honest with you, the best thing you can do for yourself is grabbing one of these opportunities that has been shared here today. I mean, ranging from the first person, the QA person that came and spoke to us, down to the product designer person that came to speak to us in the person of Miriam, to the last speaker here with us, Temitope Ajao. I mean, they've left a lot of knowledge with us. And it's going to be a bad thing that you finish watching this particular live stream or this particular masterclass, and in the next 3 to 4 months or in the next 6 months, you're not doing something that is earning you a lot of money in the digital space. And mind you, there's one peculiar thing in everything all the speakers said today, and that is the fact that you can do all these things without leaving the comfort of your home. I mean, all the people that spoke to us never mentioned going to an office, working in 9 to 5 or anything. They came here, all of them, they are all working from home. And guess what? They're making a lot of money. So don't say that your location. Somebody spoke to us here. She said she's in Sokoto, and that person is in Lagos, and that person is in Anambra, and that person is Zamfara. Your location does not matter, but they are working an Indian company, another work for an Atlanta, a country in Atlanta, and so like a company in Atlanta. Sorry. So there is one thing that we should all pick here. It is the fact that location is not location. All the jobs mentioned here are not location restrictive. So the best thing you can do for yourself if you're watching this is find one that you can do, pick up that career and start learning it now. There's no better time to start learning than now. So thank you so much. My name is Honora Francisca. I'm a product designer. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a business and I'm also a product designer. So, and a content creator as well. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you all enjoyed this particular masterclass. As today is the second and last day for it. Thank you for having me. Thank you, the technical team, for bringing me on board. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Good night.